Friends, as we are all aware about this RRR campaign, which was already mentioned, that it was initiated under the noble idea of our Honorable Prime Minister on 20th of May. So we have been almost more than 2 weeks now into the program, and it's very heartening to learn about the waste that has been created, and most importantly, clothes, books which have been collected from the different colonies and which can be again be reused by the needy people. I think this has to become a part of our lives. This may not be in a campaign mode throughout, but then with the waste that we are generating, I think slowly we have to adopt a minimalistic way of life. We have to start at adopting in our lifestyle also things which can be reused time and again. Especially, I come from a state which is the most populous state in the country. I come from UP. You see people everywhere. You don't see any street which is without people. And when I came to Nagaland, then it was a different experience for me. In fact, my colleague Manpai, we were there in Mokokchung for a good number of years, and we were so happy to see how community participated. Where there is any social work, where there is any social drive, everyone from kids to elders will come on the street, clean the drains, make sure that the streets are clean, plastics are properly collected. But then when we come to Dimapur, the situation altogether changes. It was a new revelation for us as well, because as and when we say that Dimapur is the most advanced town, this is the face of Nagaland, but then the situation and the reality is not that appealing, I would say. We've seen today, in fact, near our friends from Team Better Dimapur were also there near the airport, near the OMT junction. You would have observed a huge pile of garbage which has been lying there, and just along the national highway. And we had a meeting with different stakeholders as well, and with the Airport Authority of India, they were citing that this is going to prove a big menace, because now birds have also come there, and with the flights landing and taking off, it poses a huge threat to public safety as well. So today we are cleaning it, but then unless and until the society, the people themselves take the ownership of it, within a week that place will be again full of dump there. DMC administration is planning a cleaning of drainage. So a lot of effort is being put in, a lot of resources we have to mobilize, because as you all are aware, DMC is also struggling with resources. We don't have a proper revenue collection mechanism. Also, the number of sanitary tax which the people are supposed to pay, if everyone religiously pays that, our things and the service delivery will definitely improve. But then the reality is we are just able to get 5% to 10% of what we are supposed to do, and from those meager resources, the department and the government, of course I'm not saying that department and the government is doing 100% or is delivering to the fullest, but then these things can only improve when the public lifestyle changes. So effort we put in cleaning the drainages, again if people are going to throw those bottles, going to throw their waste in the garbage, in those drains, again in 1 month it will be clogged. So I think this sensitization, it has to reach to each and every household, that we accept that yes, it's our own town, our only children will get diarrhea, our children will get malaria. Dimapur is the only town where we see mosquitoes throughout the year. I have not seen any district or any place where we see mosquitoes for 12 months a year. I think this is because of the lifestyle that we have adopted, and because of the garbage that we are creating around ourselves. For some beautification work in the town also has been going on. You would have noticed some plantation of trees have happened from Nagarjan Junction till the Pantaloon store. But every day the painting will go on, somebody will break those dividers on a daily basis. That has been going out for almost a month, but out of 30 days, more than 20 days, the things were damaged along some stretches. So whom to blame? Ours is not a police state. We cannot put policing for checking these things 24/7. Even today, when the departments, we have been carrying on the plantation drive, after planting the sapling, we have erected an iron fence around that. So we are also doubtful whether it will last the night or not. So if we are living in such a society, I think we need to question ourselves that if we cannot support it, then who will come? God will only help us if we help ourselves. So we have to be very cautious about it, and if we have to lead a healthy life, I think as a community we have to realize our own responsibilities. We have to segregate our waste, minimize the plastic waste, and accordingly improve our lifestyle. The single-use plastic ban, I think it has been almost a year now. It was somewhere in July 2022 when the ban was implemented. But then still the shopkeepers, they have to do their business. People are coaxing them, pestering them that maika na dile to saman na kinu. So who is to be blamed eventually? I think we have to seriously ponder about over this. And I think all the leaders who are here, it's everyone's responsibility. It's my responsibility as well. And the leaders who are here, the GBs, the ward chairman, the DUCCF, I think we need to take this message down below so that each and every household realizes their responsibility and reduce and minimize this waste. Only and unless we realize this, I don't think so we can improve. Cleanliness drive will go on, sanitation drive will go on, plantation drive will go on, but we'll keep living in this mess. So I think we have to realize this, start dumping our things in the drain and plan something better, segregate our waste, dry waste and wet waste, and accordingly the systems will also improve. We cannot expect everything from the government that yes, one fine day everything Dimapur will change. No, we all have to contribute and participate in that. So I hope that we all realize that we are all part of the same ecosystem, whether it be the government, whether it be businessmen, whether it be in individual household. We have to work together to make this place more livable and improve the quality of life that we are living.
This campaign RRR was launched by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi on the 20th of May. The objective of this RRR campaign was basically to reduce the amount of waste that enters into our life. The concept of RRR is not new, but when it comes to the studies of waste management, it's known as the hierarchy of waste or waste hierarchy. R stands for reduce, R stands for reuse, and R stands for recycle. The best of which is to reduce. When we talk into the chain, when we talk in terms of the chain of the RRR, the most effective method to reduce waste is the best method to have lesser waste amongst us. Well, this program, though it was launched on a very short notice, we are happy to see that so many, almost 11 colonies participated wholeheartedly. There are many others, individuals, groups, NGOs also who joined us in this campaign. But we were happy to see that colonies, they came in pickups, not in just one load, but even two loads sometimes, and deposited their waste materials. We talk about a ton of knowledge, but we saw that notebooks and books that we can read amounted to almost 986 kgs. So a ton of knowledge, we almost got a ton of books. In terms of reusable clothes, we got 3,686 kgs of reusable clothes. We had our first campaign of distribution of clothes and shoes on the 31st of May at supermarket, wherein we saw almost 95% of all the products, all the waste that we took was actually consumed by the people who came to take what was needed by them. So a lot of needy people came and we distributed the clothes and the shoes to the needy people. The second day of collection was on the 3rd of June, where we saw maximum collection of waste. The total amount of waste that I would like to share with you all, rough data of what we collected: books, like I said earlier, 983 kgs, and plastic, 310 kilos of plastic, only plastic, 310 kilos. I'm sure all of you would agree that even to collect 1 kg of plastic, it would amount to a huge amount. So just imagine 310 kilos. So this 310 kilos of plastic actually fills one small dumper that we have. I'm not talking about a pickup truck, I'm talking about a small dumper. This is the amount of plastic that colonies have actually collected. and donated it to us for the campaign, and wherein what we can do later on so that it does not re-enter the market is what DMC will do. Then in terms of shoes and clothes, we have maximum people who will benefit from them, and we intend that this doesn't go into the garbage pile once again. Whatever clothes are not usable, DMC intends to take care of it in the most environmental friendly way so that it doesn't re-enter the waste system. What I would like to request is, dear colonies who have participated in the competition so far, I want this to bring about a change in your own colony's likeness, in your own colony's works. With your works properly collecting these waste, or maybe if you can reuse them or recycle them, it would be good. But if you can be an inspiration to the colony that is next to you, I think that will be a big achievement for Dimapur as a whole. This is the time that I will take. I hope the participants here are eager to know the results also. Later on in the program, that will be delivered and the awards given later. Thank you.
Special guest and Deputy Commissioner Sri Sachin Jaiswal, President DUCCF, the Pastor Inatushi, the members from GB's Union, GB's Council Chairman from different wards, Dimpeter Dimapur members, and ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank our chief guest, special guest of today's program. In spite of your busy schedule, you could make it to this program. And as we are all aware, today being the World Environment Day, so many activities are going on, running parallelly, different locations, going for a mass cleanup plus the plantation drive. So despite all this, I would like to thank all the members present here who could make it for this very important program. And this program, as we have shared, the launch happened on 20th of this month, last month, and it is under the SBM 2.0, the RRR centers. So at the moment, because of the paucity of time, since we could receive the information at the very last moment, so despite that, we had invited the colonies, and we are so thankful to all the participating colonies who have turned up in good numbers in terms of your collected materials, and to our great satisfaction, logically we could deal with the collected materials. As has been mentioned, last Wednesday we have had the first round of free distribution to the needy persons, and almost 95-96% of the clothes and the old shoes collected has been distributed to the needy people. And so also we will be continuing with the same thing with the present collection as well. This kind of program, of course, it's a ministry's directive, ministry's program, but I feel that at our local level, it should be a continuous process, and not just as a campaign mode that it should culminate and end today, but the experience, the campaign outcome which we can look at is it has resulted in a very positive manner, in the sense we could able to the help someone, those who are in need of these material,
by giving them the opportunity, and therefore I would like to urge upon the colonies. Now we, as part of this campaign, now the ministry's aims and objective is to have a permanent RRR centers at the city and town level as well as at the ward level. So definitely with the cooperation again from the DUCCF, the council and the GPs, we will come up with a system whereby we have a kind of a permanent center, the RRR centers at the ward level, and ultimately at the city level, DMC, as has been mentioned, we will take care, we will come in and logically all those collected materials out of the reuse material, reduce material, we can help out our needy section of our population.
RRR Center campaign itu start nugram de apni hange ekta chart dina thakise itu chart de criteria do 6 items thakise to utu 6 items to contribute green ahi manbra greater than or less than weight lies up de points to already dina thakise apni anso paina thagola itu points to itu lies up utu chart to sagina hi man points to each category each items to man dishi overall score do itu lies up pai dishi de